Good morning, everybody. We are going to be heading out into the redwoods today and having a little fun. There is a road just back south of where we are called the Avenue of the Giants, and we're going to go explore that area, do a little hiking, check that out, and see what trouble we can get into.
Supposed to be one of the avenues that has obviously the biggest redwoods. Not all the biggest or the biggest, but
I think probably some of those
of the biggest
are
ones.
along the coast where we don't even have access to it, where we'd have to hike in. But like these things here, they're pretty damn big. They dwarf the RV. They just make the RV look so tiny. Check that out. They're incredible trees, and they're hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years old. So this will be cool. This will be fun.
Let's go. Waiting for you.
Waiting for me. We've stopped just south of Myers Flat where we're staying overnight in the redwoods. We're on the Avenue of the Giants. This is just the first little section that we've stopped at, and it's already incredible. But I gotta show you guys this, because this is crazy. It shows you how massive these things are. This tree is fallen. It's gonna be really hard to see down in here, but this hole where the roots were is about 20 feet deep or so. And I'm gonna climb up on top of here and show you where this thing fell. It was probably 300 feet tall or so. I don't know, I haven't quite measured it yet, but we'll do that when we get up top. So let's figure out how we're gonna do that. Look at this thing. It fell down between these trees here across the creek, and you can see it going up the hill. So we're gonna go down there now. It has literally formed a bridge across the creek. Oh, and they have elves in the forest too. You see one over there? You can tell it's an elf because it's small, but this is so amazing. I think I'm gonna have to go get my axe because there is a lot of firewood here. No one will miss that. It's already broke. Lori's trying to take a picture of me over here. I'm ignoring her. What? Come across the creek to go look at it from this side. This is craziness. Of course, I'm gonna wind up breaking my ankle walking through here. Shit. On the other side, I thought it didn't go this high up, but you can see that this thing still continues on up the hill, and it actually hit that tree up there and knocked it over as well. That's nuts. All right, I hiked all the way up here. Now I'm out of breath. This is the top of this tree. Look at that. All the way down across that other side. That was one massive tree, and I can only imagine the sound that that thing made as it was crashing down here into the forest. You wonder why just that one, but I guess just like people, it was its time. This place makes you feel really small. So you know what the real question is, Lori?
What is?
If the big redwood fell in the forest and no one was around to hear it, did it make a sound? Okay, when we left the campground this morning in Fort Myers,
That's a
in
way.
Myers Flat, we went south back along the Avenue of the Giants, then we looped back over to 101, then we went north on 101, then we got back off at Myers Flat and went north on Avenue of the Giants, and now we're back at the visitor center. Did you guys catch all that?
It's confusing.
All right, they've got a tree here with the rings on it with the dates and certain things that happened during history. So this is pretty cool. So I'll take a little bit of time to shoot this. Okay, so you can see here, this was alive in 1000. Vikings discovered North America. So how come we don't have a Vikings Day instead of Christopher Columbus Day? And then 1096, Oxford University. 1160, the University of Paris is founded. Genghis Khan conquers Persia. Then up here we've got 1368 in the Ming Dynasty, 1453 Renaissance begins, 1486 the printing press was invented, 1521 Cortez conquers the Aztecs. That's down in Mexico for those of you who don't know. In 1620 the Pilgrims land at Plymouth Rock, which we know is not true. They landed at Provincetown. Oh my God, history is so screwy. In 1928, the California State Park System was established in, we went back and forth there. So 1773, the Boston Tea Party happened here. In 1850, the Humboldt Bay was discovered. And then 1928, the California State Park System was established. So history in the rings of a redwood tree. How cool is that?
How much we have in Vegas annually?
Our average annual rainfall in Vegas was 4 inches.
4 inches, and look at this. 05, 06, it was 101 inches.
And we wonder why nothing grows in Las Vegas. They actually have a redwood RV. Check this out. It's a redwood motorhome. It's called the Travel Log. And they used to use this to bring attention to the redwood forest. It would travel the country. The Nash Quad. All right, we are 2 miles north of the visitor center now in a little town called Wiyot. And in December of 1964, they had a small flood here. And so they have a high water sign here to mark where the flood was. But that's not the high water mark. Well, wait, that's not the high water mark. Or the next one. Or the next one. That's the high water mark. The water right through here in this area was 35 feet deep and basically wiped the entire little town out. And why you would rebuild here, I don't know, but people did. At each end of the Avenue of the Giants, which is 32 miles long, and I think at the visitor center as well, they have these plaques there you can do your own auto tour, and they have different markings on that you can stop. This is one of those ones, and the environment here, Lori and I were talking about, it's like one of those crazy movies, you know, they you know, the ones where the people are lost in the woods. This is kind of like that area.
It'd probably make them dizzy.
But yeah, you guys probably got dizzy doing that. But this here is pretty cool, pretty creepy. This is Mahon Plaque Loop Trail, or Mahon. You know me, M-A-H-A-N, Mahon, Mahon, who knows. The guy's not here to interview him. This is an area where one early morning, a Bigfoot crossed the road in front of some people, or a Sasquatch, whatever you want to call it.
Somebody, a visitor on their hike, they saw a Sasquatch, and other people reported stuff too.
So we figured we'll go take a walk out in the woods, see what we can find. I think they might have been eating the wild mushrooms. Okay, Lori, you go first.
Why me? Chicken.
All right, just let me know what you find.
Okay.
I'll see you later. Come on now, you guys know I wouldn't let her go alone. Check this thing out. I don't know if it was struck by lightning or what, but kind of looks like it had fire down inside of it. So we can actually go down inside of the tree. Like, this is crazy. Amazing stuff. And to think of how old that tree is, you know, 600, 800, 1,000 years old, who knows? And the fact that it was consumed by fire from the inside out and still didn't die. Awesome. Absolutely incredible. I feel like I'm in some kind of fairy tale, like Lori was saying earlier, like Hansel and Gretel or something. I prefer that to maybe the Blair Witch Project or something like that. Let's not think of scary movies like Snow White, The Seven Dwarfs. You see these big knobs on the side of the tree? They said that those are from stress. The trees get stressed out and that growth happens. Same thing happens to me. I get stressed out and this bulge in my head happens, but that's supposedly what those are. All right, I also need to address the elephant in the room. Has everybody noticed that since we now have cameras in our pocket, that you have it available to whip out and take a video or a camera anytime that you want, that all of a sudden UFOs have disappeared, Sasquatch doesn't show up anymore.
That's
all this weird
true.
stuff that used to happen doesn't happen anymore.
There's still UFOs around.
Nah.
Recorded in camera.
Yeah.
No, Sasquatch, no. I don't think.
Yeah, see, all of a sudden Sasquatches, they're not seen anymore. Now if one walks across the road, you can jump out of your car and take a picture with it. Not anymore.
My luck will be that I run out of battery.
Oh yeah, that would be everybody's excuse. If Sasquatch exists, there'd be Sasquatch selfies everywhere. They just don't exist. Wow, this tree must have been really stressed the hell out at one point in time.
I can see it.
Like, this one had a major argument with his spouse or her spouse. That is a lot of stress right there. A lot of stress. Poor tree. The trail is kind of hard to see out here, but you can see where people have laid branches and logs down to kind of mark the way. Either that or we're right now on our way to be killed in the middle of the forest by somebody who just laid logs down to guide our way. All right, this is the Dyersville Road stop. It's number 6 on the auto route, and this is Founders Grove. So this area here was where Rockefeller fell in love with the forest and donated $1 million in 1927. Then he donated another $1 million in 1929 to conserve this area. Founders Grove actually was founded in 1931, so this is really what saved the redwoods, or was the start of saving the redwoods. There's a founders tree and things in here, so we're going to check that out, and we're going to take you guys with us. You guys see this tree here again, one of the ones that was struck by lightning or something, or a fire happened, who knows how it started, but check this out. Look how beautiful the wood is here in this area. People have been peeling it back, of course, which they shouldn't do, but it is absolutely gorgeous, the wood.
That's what she said.
We've seen this on the roads a couple of times where a tree has just fallen and then they just cut out the center of it and continue the road, and they did the same thing here, except they cut it out and just rolled the piece out of the way. That is awesome. So you can actually see how big the piece is that they took out. It's just insane. This video is going to be way too long. I've got so much of this stuff. That's going to have to be a 12-part series on redwood trees. Why do I do this to myself? Hey, Lori, what is that that you're wearing there on your belt? Don't go away.
Go there.
What is that you're wearing?
See, I always swore not to wear a fanny pack ever in my life. And then as more as I hike, well, for shorter hikes, you want like the big backpack. So this is a great thing to have your ID, just like some basics, and your water bottle.
Excuses.
Is it considered a fanny pack though?
It's a fanny pack.
I don't think it's
Next thing you know, you're going to be driving a minivan.
No,
Then you're going to be wearing diapers.
I don't think so.
I know I'm filming trees all day long, but it's just craziness. It is so cool. It just shows Mother Nature at its finest and Mother Nature at its worst all in one, and this section is crazy. We are done here at Founders Grove, but just so you guys know, there's brochures here, and there's numbers all the way through the trail that tell you information about what's going on, either about the tree or about the community under your feet, the community that's going on up in the trees, and just a lot of really cool information. And then you can just bring it back and put it back when you're done. I think I'm gonna cut the trees for the day. Well, I'm not gonna cut the trees. That actually sounds like cut the cheese. I'm not gonna cut the cheese or the trees. I'm just gonna stop shooting that stuff for the rest of the day because I think we've seen enough of it, and
many
there's so much more. Unless there's something really cool, of course, and then I'll show you guys. But we're gonna head up the Avenue of the Giants, continue north, and see what's going on up there. Yep. Good morning, everybody. Glad to see you all made it back from the woods. I know we kind of left you guys all out there yesterday. We made it back, you made it back, so it's all good. We are going to be leaving the Giant Redwoods RV park here in Myers Flat, California. Really cool stay.
This was at the beginning, no, not at the beginning, kind of like in the middle of it, isn't it?
It is in the middle of the Avenue of the Giants.
So we have to backtrack about 10 miles, and then from there kind of like continue with the Avenue of the Giants. But it's a very nice park. It's right next to the river. It's only water and electric only, with picnic table and fire pit. We're in this section that actually the redwoods are around us, but not all the campground is like this. There are some open areas where you can be if you like more of a sunshine around you, basically.
Yeah, all the spots along the river, unfortunately, are really tiny. So you need a Class B or a tent to be there. But really super quiet park for sure. You're way off the highway, so you don't get any of the highway noise. There's no trains, there's no buses, trucks.
The stuff very, very nice to us. The bathroom's super clean.
The bathrooms were amazing.
Yeah, laundry area clean. So yeah, 2 thumbs up for this place.
Yeah, great campground. We actually saw the manager out walking around today with a clipboard inspecting the campground. To me, that's huge. That shows that they're actually on the ball and trying to make sure that things are taken care of to the best of their ability, which is all you can ask. So I thought that was kind of cool. Yeah. But we are rolling up the road today and heading up towards Crescent City, California. Actually, I don't think we're going to make Crescent City, but we're heading up that way. We're going to stop somewhere in the Redwoods as well.
Towards the National Park, Redwoods National Park, that area. So
she knows best.
Yes.
Redwoods National Park. So let's get rolling.
Let's go.
All right, we're going to do one more thing here in Myers Flat before we leave. So we're not going to hook up the car till we get down the road to Myers Flat, which is a half mile or so away. But as we leave the campground here, I wanted to let everyone know that the cost of the campground is $43 a night plus tax. So 2 nights was $87.72, $1.72 in tax. So the tax in this county, very little, I guess. And off we go. There's Lori there waiting for us to pass by. Okay, I will say that you have to have exact change here at the drive-thru, $8, and they're kind of just trusting you to do it. All right, we did the drive-thru tree in Leggett the other day, which is a man-made drive-thru tree, so we figured it'd be an unfair comparison if we didn't do another drive-thru tree. And this one is supposed to be a natural drive-thru here at the Shrine Tree, so we're gonna do that now. Yes, it's touristy crap, but we like to do the touristy crap along with our amazing hikes and kayaking and all that kind of stuff. So
we did yesterday the hikes, today we're doing the touristy.
Yeah, get over it. Okay, we are not going to drive through there because we don't fit. You have to have a very small car.
Too tight, yeah.
Let's go bypass. Okay, so I think we saved most of you guys $8 because we just blew it.
Unless you have a small car.
Unless you have a Mini, then you're not going through this.
Just a car.
A Spark.
Not an SUV.
A Mini, a Spark, a Yugo, or some other little weird tiny car, because yeah, this is just insanely small.
The allure of this one is that this is a natural made opening, so it's not like a carved like the Chandelier one that we went.
Right.
You can see all the paint of the different cars that have gone through here.
That's awesome. Yeah, they've widened it a little bit. It's not totally natural. Check this out. We have a white car went through here, a gray one maybe went through there. We have some other stuff going on down here. Yeah, that might be a Chevy down there. That's probably a Ford. We got some Dodge paint over here. Yeah. Okay, quick rating on this attraction, Lori.
Don't do it. Just skip
It's a number
it.
one. Skip it. It's $8. You're not gonna drive through it in most normal sized vehicles. Very small vehicles. But I mean, it's kind of cool to see it.
Well,
but
that kind of opening along a lot of the hikes, you will be able to see openings like that on other redwoods.
right.
So if you're gonna walk through it anyway, don't pay for it. Just do
Right.
one of the hikes.
Yep, absolutely. Okay, we are going full on tourist on you here. They have one other attraction that we're gonna do right now. Giant mosquito. Lori's fighting the giant redwood mosquito.
I'm still inside.
He'll go out, he's not gonna attack you.
Yes, he.
It's a mosquito for crying out. I don't know if that's a mosquito. It looks.
It's not.
It's a
How do you
giant.
call the ones that look giant? They're not mosquitoes.
I don't know.
There's
It's like
something
a giant
else.
mosquito. Yeah, I don't know if you can see that thing down there. Yeah, look at that thing there. And for $8, we got to drive on a log. Save your money. All right, let's get out of here. Get off that. Quit playing on the log, Lori. Let's go. Come on. We gotta go get loaded up. Okay, ma'am. You just drove up onto the famous drive on log. How do you feel?
The same as before.
Look, maybe if you've got little kids or something, you bring them out, you let them walk through the drive-through tree, do all that. But like Lori said, you can do that out on these hikes. There's so many of those out on the hikes. You can do that for free. So some of these things are just tourist traps, and this is one of them.
Definitely one.
Yeah.
But so many people going in because everybody wants to drive through one of the redwoods.
Yeah, they're
right?
piling through here. Bunch of us suckers.
Suckers!
Straps are checked, car's loaded, shrine tree is done, and will never have to be done again. Let's roll. All right, we decided to explore downtown Eureka a little bit. Looks like a cute little town, but it could be a dirty little town.
We're not sure.
We're not sure yet, but there is a giant parking lot here down at the harbor.
Yeah, it's on D Street all the way to the end, the harbor.
And it said RV parking on a sign, and yes, there is plenty of free parking down here. So this is good. What the heck kind of dog is that?
Look at the ears.
The ears are straight up. As we've been wandering around here in downtown Eureka, we noticed that there's a really prevalent Victorian architecture here. Really cool stuff.
Very cool.
And this place here was really cool, so we had to stop and just take a look at it. Check that out. This is called the Carson Mansion.
The only information we have is a Victorian home. It's called the Carson Mansion. That's about it.
That's it. That's all we know.
So we know.
This place right across the street ain't too shabby either. Okay, now we're totally confused because this house here, this sign says this is the Carson house, also known as the Pink Lady. I get it, it's pink. Then this place over here says it's the Ingomar Club, but then it says it's the former Carson Mansion. So I don't know which one's the Carson. I think this is the Carson Mansion, and this is just the Carson house.
But maybe at some point in the 1800s, all this was the same property.
This could have all been the same property
And
at one
now
point.
it's split.
So now you guys have some homework to do because I'm not looking all that stuff up. This place is insanely cool. I mean, that is awesome. All right, as we roll out of Eureka, just a quick observation. Please send all hate mail to paul@motorhomeexperiment.com. I don't know what to make of Eureka. It seems like there's a lot of money here because there's badass Victorian homes. They had that Ingenham private dinner club, which you don't see in small towns like this. But then there seemed to be a huge homeless population, and within that homeless population, quite the drug problem. I mean, that's just my observation. So I don't understand. I don't know what to make of Eureka. It was really weird.
Those people were walking around. It's not like they bother us at all. So mixed feelings about Eureka.
Yeah, and maybe, I mean, sometimes when you go into a town and it's kind of a cloudy, overcast day, and it's, you know, there's not much going on, it gives off a different vibe than if this was a bright, sunshiny day and there was people out walking around. Middle of summer. So I don't know if any of you guys either live here or have spent some time here or know anything about Eureka and Humboldt County. I'd like to hear it in the comments, because very strange place.
Us, it was a great 2-3 hour stop, but besides that,
yeah, no desire to come back and stay and hang out, right? Well, they were not kidding when they called this the Elk Country RV Park.
Look at how much elk.
Show you guys out the window here. Hey, buddy.
do they have them chained here and that's why they don't leave? Or we haven't seen elk, only 2 actually. At Dino 1 before merging 101, but here.
Wow. We are all checked in here at Elk Country, and as you can see, it's pretty appropriately named.
Like, really, it's crazy. Like, we saw this in the pictures, but we're like, oh, probably seasonal. And Kevin and Laura, they're ahead of us. So when they came through here, they're like, not really. They're all over the place. So we're like, huh, so we're going to book a night. And once we got here, like, maybe 2 nights.
Yeah, so we are going to be here 2 nights. And it's also close to, I think, the Humboldt's Redwood National and State Park.
No, that's the one we were yesterday. We're going to the national park, Redwoods National and State Park.
Redwoods National. I thought Humboldt's Redwood National.
That's
so it's
yesterday.
Just Redwoods National. I'm confused,
The one we
as usual.
walked yesterday that you're probably looking this video. That's the Humboldt's Redwoods Park, State Park. Tomorrow we're going to do the Redwoods National and State Park.
All right, got it, I think. And then there's also an area that we're going to do over here that supposedly played a part in Jurassic Park 2. So that's going to be pretty cool as well. But yeah, I think this is where we're going to end this one here at Elk County with the couple of dozen or 3 or 5 dozen elk that are back there. Absolutely amazing setting. So if this is your first time here, it'd be awesome if you got to know us a little bit, which means you got to hang out with us a little bit, which means you should hit that subscribe button. And you should also click on the little notifications bell so you get a notification every time we upload a video, which should be Tuesdays and Saturdays if I'm doing my job. But sometimes it's odd days, but for the most part, Tuesdays and Saturdays. Why are you looking at me like that?
Always promising.
Always promising. Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you again in the next one.
Bye, guys. Look at this. Oh, and follow us on Instagram and Facebook as well. That's my update.